What's going on, everybody? I'm your host, Juice Wayne, and in today's video, we got a very interesting topic because the cinematographer that was going to be working on Ben Affleck's Batman movie has pretty much confirmed an old rumor of what that movie was going to be about. So in today's video, we're going to talk about what he said. We're not going to waste any time, so if you're curious about who the cinematographer for the Batman movie was going to be, it was going to be Robert Richardson. And if you don't know that name, well, he has actually got a movie in theaters right now with Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Richardson was recently on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast where he said this about the Batman movie. Well, we were going more into the insanity aspect. So I think you've seen something a little darker than what you've seen in the past and more into the individual who's inside Batman. What elements may be sane and what element may actually not be sane. So he was entering into a little more of the Arkham. As you know, he's going to where you keep everyone who is bad, everyone that shifted, and Batman. And so that whole aspect was it was very fascinating to go to the darker side of Batman. Okay, Horowitz, who is the host of the podcast, said that we've never really seen Arkham Asylum on the big screen, to which Richardson replied, no, and that's where we were going. I was very interested in that one. So those were the words of Robert Richardson, the man that was going to be filming the Ben Affleck Batman movie. Now, if you don't remember what the rumors of this Batman movie were, it was supposed to be Batman versus Deathstroke. We know this because Ben Affleck actually tweeted out a photo of Deathstroke. Of course, that photo, or I should say that video, was actually from the scene, or scenes, we never really got to see the whole movie the way it was supposed to be, from Justice League. We know we saw Deathstroke at the end of Justice League and he was with Lex Luthor. A lot of people assumed that Deathstroke was the one that got Lex Luthor, I can't talk today, out of Arkham. And Ben Affleck had shared that video of Deathstroke, what looked to be in a carrier. It also looked exactly like the plane that the Justice League takes to the Russian place to fight Steppenwolf. A lot of people assume that Deathstroke somehow got on that plane or maybe stole that plane or whatever. It doesn't really matter. But the interiors were very similar from the video and the one that the Justice League was actually in. So everybody assumed that Deathstroke was going to be the main villain in the Batman movie, who was going to be hired by Lex Luthor to kill the Batman. And the rumor was that Deathstroke was actually going to lure Batman into Arkham Asylum and actually close off Arkham Asylum or lock him in there somehow. And Batman was basically going to have to go through stages of actually just having to fight a bunch of villains, getting his way to Deathstroke, and actually fighting Deathstroke at the end. So this would have been a super action-packed movie. You would have more than likely had Batman in his suit for a majority of the movie, which I would have been all for. I've always said I want a Batman movie where he's more in the suit than he is Bruce Wayne, and it seems like Ben Affleck was kind of going in that direction, because I don't see how you would switch between Arkham and Bruce Wayne if a majority of the movie is going to be him fighting through Arkham Asylum. A lot of this rumor is actually starting to make sense now with Richardson's comments. Then we had the stuff about Deathstroke and we knew he was going to be the main villain. And there was even articles talking about how The Raid was going to be a blueprint for the DCEU's Batman movie. And you know, if you know nothing about The Raid movie, I actually haven't seen it myself, but it is a movie that takes place in just one building where these people are fighting through it the whole time. So if a movie where you stay stationary in one building for a majority of the movie and you're fighting your way through was going to be the blueprint for Arkham Asylum, we can all just assume that Batman was going to fight his way through Arkham to get to Deathstroke. And I think that would have been freaking fantastic. Disclaimer though, just because I think it's going to be fantastic doesn't mean I want it more over Matt Reeves' movie. I'm tired of living in the past. I know everybody wants the Snyder Cut and all this stuff. There was an article recently said that the Snyder Cut movement has done nothing to release the movie. So I think it's really time for just everybody to move on. This is a cool concept. There have been plenty of cool concepts in the past for movies and they just never happened. I mean, even Ben Affleck himself said he couldn't crack the movie. Now, currently, we have a new Batman. We have a new director. So we shouldn't really dwell on the past. But it is fun and cool to just think about movies that could have been. And hey, Ben Affleck has came out and said that he wouldn't mind directing a Batman movie in the future, or he wouldn't mind, you know, directing some other type of DCEU movie if it actually made sense or it felt right. With the Joker movie coming out later this year and starting this new DC label, whether it's going to be the Black Banner or whatever they're going to call it, they haven't really officially said. I think they're waiting for the Joker to see if it's going to be successful or not. Ben Affleck could easily just jump in that realm where he can make a more cinematic type movie. It doesn't have to be very comic booky risky if he doesn't want to, because it does seem like he's more of a serious dramatic director. Maybe Ben Affleck comes back and directs something else. Maybe it's not Batman, maybe it's Green Arrow, maybe it's something else. Maybe it is Batman, just in a non-DCEU world. So I mean, maybe this thing could happen in the future. I'm not trying to put a lot of hope out there, but the possibilities are there. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to bring that information to your eye holes and ear holes because I think it was a cool concept. But, you know, whatever. We got the Batman coming out soon. Hopefully we'll be getting casting news, which a lot of people have said it should have happened in July. But, you know, as we get closer to production of the Batman, Matt Reeves, the Batman, you know, we'll start getting more information, and of course, I will bring that to your faces right here on the YouTube channel. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any content that gets released about the Batman. Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen any of my other videos, please go give them some love, especially yesterday's video where I actually talked some Batman movie updates where they actually got their own cinematographer and some cool updates about the movie. So definitely go check out that video if you haven't seen it. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Juice Wayne. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself something about my daily dose of juice. See you guys next time.